Okay.
Number 8, we can make progress, folks, we really can. No outs, because some of these get simpler now.
Yeah.
No outside toilets will be permitted, and no installation of any kind for disposal of sewage shall be allowed, which would result, in the opinion of the Board of Directors, in raw or untreated sewage being carried into water bodies or the reserved area. The construction plans and specification and location of septic systems must be approved by the Board of Directors prior to installation. Here, let me summarize what I think. Let me just start. No construction of any kind, no construction of any dwelling will be approved by board without first approval by county for septic plans. Okay? No, that's period. And I mean, this stuff about in which we think that raw or untreated sewage may get into water bodies, which I would have thought would be bodies of water, or the reserved area, that's nonsense. I don't want poop spread out on somebody's property, even if it stays there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't care about. How do I have to? In a sense, we have to prove it's getting into a body of water or the reserved area, and I see no need to do that. I don't want cholera and dysentery
and
that's another thing.
typhoid.
You got 15 tents and no bathroom down there for one.
We remember that. Thank you, Daryl, for a reminder.
Gene has a vivid memory.
Piles of feces. Yes, thank you. All right, so
no human waste disposal will be allowed except in you gotta hold it. Allowed except into approved septic systems. Those are my notes. Does that make sense? Is there anything else we want to?
Nah.
I'm sorry, Money, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I said that makes
She
sense.
still wants to shoot somebody.
Run to the bathhouse.
We will call this the no shit rule. Okay.
So, if I understand this correctly, we have, besides this drum, no one living in it property, we've got several other ones where we believe somebody does not have a septic system, or no?
Jim knows which ones they are. I can't reel them off to you real quick, but I'll tell you.
That's why we had to get. I didn't even know when we moved here that ours was a man-made whatever, Julie. That's why we got. Well, that's why we had to get a septic system.
Yeah, I mean, I just paid $3,000 to have mine fixed, so somebody else is out here without any septic and just, what are we saying? Great.
The great, yeah.
So here's the additional question. Do we have to deal with existing, how do we or how can we deal with existing septic systems that are not approved systems?
Yeah. Because like the property on the corner before we go to our house, it's only supposed to be a storage shed, and they live in it when they come.
Okay, so these ones that have no septic or sewage, do they have an outhouse? I mean, what are we talking about?
A little hole in the ground out behind a cedar tree. Some people put in a 50-gallon drum and call it a septic system. And that's not approved by either county now. We're coming out of the dark ages. We're coming up to like
old days.
People have to do if they live in a subdivision or in town. You don't just go out and dig a hole and put a can in there and run your line and say, yep, there's my septic system. And there's a lot of them out here. And whether we can retroact, I don't know. I doubt it. But there may come a day if they make us form a regular water district separate from the board, then we're going to have to do it. So
okay,
we digress.
The problem we have to solve now is for approvals and so on and so forth. I'd like to know how we can enforce against existing health hazards.
Okay, you got that one then? You're asking? That's a good one to ask him.
How can we deal with existing septic systems that are not approved systems? Dwelling in any shelter should not be allowed without a county-approved septic system. Does that cover it?
That covers it.
You're all going to get this, and you're all going to get a chance to add additional.
Get extra blank pages to write on? Okay.
Well, it's going to get electronically, so that's not an issue.